Guys, I'm here right now to let you know that my coffee is sensational.
That's because I made it.
Oh, good.
That's why.
It is actually a very good batch of coffee. Now, real quick, if you guys are following us on iTunes or YouTube or whatever it be, please remember to subscribe and turn all your friends on to us. But I also want to take some time to tell you guys about London Real. They've got a really good thing going over especially for all our friends across the pond in the UK.
Yeah, those are some cool guys.
They really are. The hosts are Brian and Nick. You can check them out at www.londonreal.tv. And they have a weekly discussion that basically
about
talks
anything.
Everything.
That's
Anything
great.
and everything.
I love that.
It's very similar to a sense, if you guys are familiar with the Joe Rogan experience, but they're over in the UK. They've got some really good things going on. Keep a lookout for them. If you get a chance, go over and check them out.
And where can we find them?
You can find them at www.londonreal.tv.
And
now,
just because they're far away doesn't mean we can't listen to them.
That's
over
right.
Here.
And
that's right.
They're going to be right here. If you want to catch them on their YouTube page, just click on the link below. Now,
you with your cool links. I want to talk about some exciting news.
Okay.
Actually, I had an email in my inbox from the Badgering Badger.
Badgering Badger.
Who emailed me to tell me about this cool news story that he had discovered.
Okay.
And he thought it was right up our alley. And after I read it, I was like, you know what? It is. It is the kind of news that I like to cover.
All right.
I want to talk to you about a man named Kenneth Gillespie. Gillespie? How do you say that last name?
I'm going to look at our notes, and I think I'd have to go with that's Gillespie.
What?
Right. I'm just looking at the notes. Huh? Gillespie. Gillespie.
Really?
All
right.
I don't know where you got Gillespie from
that's what it says.
Or
to
pink
me.
eye or whatever.
Well,
Gillespie.
Okay. All right. I'm bad at pronouncing things. Anyway, Kenneth, let's just go.
What about Mr.
Ken.
Gillespie?
All right. So Ken, who's 64 years old, seems to be visiting the hospital quite a lot.
Right.
He gets into fights with people. He gets scrapes and bruises. He's got all sorts of issues.
He's just fucked up.
Last week was a different story.
Okay.
He came in to the hospital with a different complaint.
Okay.
He was out having a little fun with a lady friend.
A lady friend?
A lady friend.
So he's a studly fellow.
That's right. But this lady friend happened to be freezing cold, people. Okay? The man had a little relation with a snowman. You heard me correct. And he got frostbite down there.
I got to look at these notes. Are you?
Yeah. Frostbite Honest Johnson, people. Frostbite. Can you imagine having frostbite down there, Kevin?
No.
Anyway,
Unless
so he was
giving
going
me a really
crazy,
cold blowjob.
and anyway, he was going crazy, and the children of the town are very upset. The snowman was left destroyed. There were empty bottles of booze all over the place.
So he banged the snowman.
He banged the shit out of the snowman.
You know, I gotta talk to you people out here. I gotta wonder, like, what goes through a person's mind where you're just walking down the street one day and you see a snowman. You're like, you know what? I want to fuck that snowman.
Yeah.
I want to plow the fuck out of that snowman. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how people think like that.
Yeah.
And, and I'm looking at your notes, and the people apparently in that neighborhood are like
sick and tired of hearing about this man and all of his
because he does shit all the crazy shit all the time. Like he gets in fights, he does this, but they and I'm gonna
this just is the craziest thing of all.
This guy, okay, now in the community, from what your notes say, this guy, there's a security guard, and he said the whole community's in an uproar about this guy, the stuff that he's doing, and this is verbatim. The security guy goes, "If that dirty fucker comes back, if that dirty fucker comes back here after what he did, I will not be held responsible for the reaction of the community."
Yeah,
and then the community has gone on and said several people have vowed to dismember him because of what he did to the kids.
To the kid snowman.
I mean, the kids were
children
fucked up.
are very upset.
Yeah, I mean, plowing snow, bending Frosty over is kind of fucked
I
up.
know.
It could be very,
Poor Frosty.
Yeah.
Poor Frosty.
It could scar a kid for life.
Yeah. So,
now,
there's some crazy people out there doing some crazy things.
Yeah.
And of course, we have to talk about it, people.
See, Sky came at me with this stuff, and she's like, you know what? I'm gonna.
I don't do this kind of stuff.
She tells
I'm just
me
reporting the news.
Right, but you tell me some of the things that you want to talk about, and then what I have to do is I have to take it a step further.
That's
I have to make a fucking list. Okay.
All right.
So I made a list of the top 5 oddest things that people have had sex with.
Woo, I love lists.
Top 5, everybody. I'm not making, I'm telling you, I can't make
We
this
don't
shit
make
up.
things up on the show, okay?
Now, do you want to know, everybody, what the first thing was?
Okay.
Street signs. Okay.
What? Mm-hmm. Wait, how can someone have sex with a street sign?
You might have to get this guy's tapes, because this guy from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, was arrested when a neighbor came home, saw the guy in a trench coat with a camera, and he's like, what's this fucking guy in my back? What's this guy like in my yard with this camera? So when the police arrived on the spot, they arrested the gentleman. They confiscated all his belongings, and they found out.
They found video? He taped himself?
He 2 years of him just plowing street signs and fucking street
rubbing
signs.
up against the stop sign?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. And he taped himself.
He taped himself. So he was like, you know what? It's not good enough that I'm going to have sex with these street signs, but I'm going to tape myself. So there's a whole library of him having sex with street signs.
So he's one of those dirty bastards that's naked with the trench coat on.
Yeah.
That, like a flasher.
Like a fucked up crime dog McGruff. Just, he's not taking a bite out of crime. He's taking a bite out of signs. But a bicycle is the next thing. Okay, guys? A man from Southwest Scotland, okay?
All right, how do you have sex with a bicycle?
You might want to call this guy up. I don't have his number handy, though, Sky, so I don't know what to tell you. But this guy from Scotland, he's like...
He's going crazy on the bike.
He was riding his bike around, and he ride around...
And he was like, this feels kind of good.
Obviously, he did. And he rode around naked. Now, the crazy thing I find about this story is that the guy got busted. Okay, there's 2 women that walked in on him, that were cleaning ladies where he was staying, and they walked in on him, and he never broke stride.
The bike was inside?
He was killing
Did he have the bike in the bed with him? In the bed?
I don't know exactly the details, because the women were probably too traumatized.
They were like,
but he was stroking the bike, and he never broke stride. He just was like, and he looked at me like,
what?
he was killing the bike, and the bike was like swin, 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 swin. I mean, yeah, he was killing the bike. It never stopped when the women walked in. Okay, but it gets better.
Okay.
Because I have 5 of these things, okay?
Oh,
number 3, people, okay?
What's number 3 on the list?
A lamppost, which I kind of felt like this could kind of go in the street sign category.
Come on.
But, yeah, a guy was... Now, this guy's nameless, okay?
Nameless?
And the funny thing about this, everybody, is that this guy's identity was protected for some reason.
Why?
This guy was going around stroking lampposts,
because
okay?
The lamppost community was scared of him?
I don't know. They just called him they said they called him a lamposexual.
I like that.
So the lamposexual, right, was busted. This lamposexual was busted, and his identity was protected, and no one knows, and he really didn't get caught.
So he's still out there.
He's still out there.
People, beware.
Of
Be
the lamp
scared.
fucker.
Watch your lampposts out there.
The lamp fucker still roams the streets of Scotland or wherever the fuck he's from. And there were several eyewitnesses that saw him just killing the lamp, but he did not get he was let go. He wasn't prosecuted on it.
Wow. Okay.
Now, guys, number two on my list was a park bench. It's a park bench.
This story is actually quite funny. This is one of my favorites.
It is one of your favorites? Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was reading it and it's funny.
And why it's funny? Because when you think of a park bench, you think of, an old woman feeding birds on a wooden park bench. This
and a
wasn't
homeless person sleeping on a bench.
This was a park bench in Hong Kong, okay? And the culprit's name was Jing Li. I can't make this shit up. I'm not trying to be funny. Jing Li. I'm going to say it one more time. Jing Li. Okay. Now, Jing Li happened to be sexually aroused one day, or he's horny as shit.
When he saw the park bench.
He saw a park bench, okay?
And he was like, ooh.
Ooh. This park bench has holes in it. It's metal, and it has holes in it.
Holes in it. It's meant for me.
So you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to fuck it. I'm going to fuck the living shit out of this metal park bench with my fucking 3-inch penis.
That's right, people, because we talked about penis sizes, and the Chinese people, I'm sorry, but you guys are...
They're just not, you're not as well endowed as like the people of South America.
We did penis research.
We did penis research, people. And
continue.
Anyway, but South American guys, you guys are doing good. But anyway, this guy decides that he's going to stroke this park bench, okay?
I love when you say stroke.
He was stroking the fuck out. So somewhere in the
middle of it,
in the process of him killing this park bench,
he's like,
my dick's stuck.
I'm in shock. Oh my God.
My dick. Oh shit. Right? So then they were like, Jing Li, we need to call some
Calm down.
Okay?
We're going to get you some help.
Even though you're full staff here and you've got a full-fledged fucking 4-inch boner going on right now, we got to call for backup.
That's right.
They had to call 12 emergency people to help.
12 people to save one penis.
Now, the first thing to do was to basically thought, let's see what we'll do here. Well, maybe we could, inject his penis, like stick his penis and drain, literally pull some of the blood out.
That's horrible.
It didn't work because he was still like,
they couldn't. They couldn't have greased it. They couldn't have.
Right, the whole time. I'm just saying.
They couldn't have just greased it up and pulled it out.
Greased it up.
I don't know.
So finally, they were like, they got the buzz saw. They cut around the bench.
Near his penis, he must have been shitting himself.
He was shitting, fucking.
It's a penis show today.
So people. they finally got him untrapped from the penis. The penis fucker, the bench fucker, whatever the hell you want to call him, Jing Lee, got loose. He was like, oh, so. They got him to the hospital, but he still had metals around his penis. And and because of this whole ordeal, the gentleman almost lost his penis.
Yeah. That's not good.
That's
people,
not good.
do not have sex with metal objects. Okay?
No metal objects.
Get yourself a blow-up doll if you have to, but no metal.
No metal objects. Now,
we're just trying to help.
The craziest, okay?
Okay.
The craziest is this fuck. And why I got to make this guy the craziest is because this guy, Edward Smith, okay?
It's just odd.
And I'm going to say Edward Smith.
It's bizarre.
It is bizarre. I'm going to say Edward Smith because he just comes out and says, you know what? I fuck cars. I fuck cars all day.
Okay,
I date cars.
I don't get that.
I fucked the fucking Corvette just a couple of minutes ago, Sky.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to bang a fucking Mercedes-Benz at 3 o'clock. I got an appointment to fuck some cars.
Can I just be graphic for a minute?
What?
Does he just sit in the car and rub one out?
I think
or does he stick his, you know what,
Scott,
into
rub one out is becoming
into the gas hole?
The gas hole.
Well,
what the hell's the gas hole? The gas hole where you put the gas.
Yeah.
You got to have a small cock to go into the gas hole. He might be. A lot of people seem to think, and he says he's done documentaries. He dates cars. And let me tell you something, everybody. Okay, we're making funny. We're being funny, but there's a problem with it. There is an actual disease.
And there's an actual
mechanophiliacs. You know, we did an episode a long time ago about philias, paraphilias, and all the different things.
Go back in our library of shows, craziness. And we actually talk about it.
And we talked about paraphilias, and one paraphilia is a mechanophiliac. And a mechanophiliac is basically somebody that gets sexually aroused by cars. Maybe they fuck them in the tailpipe. I don't know. But this guy is serious about his car fucking.
Wow.
He's doing documentaries
and
and
he probably keeps a list of what cars he's been with. Right?
Well, I'm going to tell you what. He said he's made love to 1,000 cars.
Wow.
1,000 people. I can't make this shit up.
Does it tell you how old this man is?
Huh?
How old is he?
I'm not sure. It doesn't say how old he is, but it did say he's had TV interviews. He's currently in a fling with a Volkswagen Beetle named Vanilla. I know you guys think I've got jokes here.
He's in a relationship?
He's in a relationship, okay? He's getting Valentine's Day presents and everything for this fucking Beetle.
Does he not have a real woman in his life at all?
Huh? He does. The Volkswagen named Beetle.
No, but there's no woman?
Huh? Yeah, the Volkswagen's the woman. Mm-hmm. But no, it doesn't stop here. He's had other cars that he's given his mighty meat shaft to include
his what?
His mighty meat shaft.
I like that.
Include a 1993 Ford Ranger, Splash, he called Ginger, and he names these cars that he dates. He names them, okay? A Cinnamon, the 73 Opel GT. Wow. So he was fucking an Opel GT from 19...
almost like classic cars. Cars. That are...
Most of them are historic cars.
He doesn't want to just bang like a...
like a new car. Like he probably wouldn't get off banging
like a Hyundai.
No, he's like, fuck that. That's not good enough for him. Maybe the other guy from Japan might like the Hyundai, even though Hyundai's a Korean car.
Yeah.
Or
no,
whatever.
they might not like
But, and then he had a 69 Beetle that he was in love with for a while.
Wow.
Anyway, I got to get off this fucking subject and get done with it because you know what? This Sunday is Super Bowl 47.
That's right.
The San Francisco 49ers will be meeting the Baltimore Ravens.
Now, who do you want to win?
This is very tricky for me.
Okay.
At first, I didn't really care too much for Baltimore. I mean, being a Washington Redskins fan in this area, some people don't care for Baltimore or you hate them.
Yeah.
And some people are like, okay, they're still the home team, you know, but we're closer to the DC suburbs as opposed to the Maryland suburbs. So I grew up a Washington Redskins fan. But I will say this. The Baltimore Ravens have grown on me this football season, probably because it's Ray Lewis's last season.
That's exciting for him to play his last game in the Super Bowl. And I felt like the whole team really just epitomized the thing of teamwork. They really felt like they played as a unit, and I would have never expected them to get this far midway through the season because they were struggling. But I'd like to see them win. Mm-hmm. I'd like to see a lot of my friends are Ravens fans, and they're obviously a local team, so I'd like to see them pull it off. You know, I'm going to watch it too, but not for the game.
I know you're going to watch it for, like most females watch it for, that are not big football fans.
I mean, first of all, I like to watch it just so I can eat wings because I just love wings.
I don't know if you guys are aware of how much Sky likes wings.
I love wings.
But I'm going to let you know. Did you freak out and get heart palpitations when you heard about the wing shortage?
Yes. Somebody stole $65,000 worth of wings.
Right.
And now there's a wing shortage. And I got a problem with that.
You might want to go.
I love wings. But anyway, I am going to be watching the Super Bowl because I want to see the commercials.
The commercials
are
always
so cool.
The commercials are phenomenal. And you know what? As much as I love the game and I'm a huge football fanatic, I watch a lot of the Super Bowl. Even when, Super Bowls I've watched in the past, it was to see the commercials because they're unbelievable. And over the years, we compiled a list of the top 5 Super Bowl commercials. And when I say
not necessarily our favorites, but the most popular.
By different websites that we visited, and the things were, a lot of them are memorable, but also were commercials that made an impact.
Yeah.
And the number 5 on the list,
which I love.
Right.
And it's me.
It is you because Sky loves Tabasco sauce.
I love it. I got like gallons of it in my fridge, and I pour it on everything. In fact, I put some in my coffee.
So, in 1998, Tabasco had, if you guys can remember, where the mosquito explodes because the guy's just sitting there kind of eating his pizza,
course, and every bite of the pizza he takes, he pours more hot sauce on, which is just like me.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then this mosquito just like lands on his knee, and he's just like watching and keeps
eating.
He's like, whatever, I don't care. Then the mosquito flies away and
explodes. Boom! From how hot the Tabasco sauce. So that was cool.
That was funny.
That's what came in at number 5 on the list. Number 4 on the list to me.
You love this one.
I love this because it's just when I was a little boy, it was such an iconic commercial, and I think most people that are in my generation will relate to me on this one. Was the Coca-Cola commercial with Mean Joe Green, because back then the Pittsburgh Steelers had this defense called the Steel Curtain, and Mean Joe Green was like this crazy defensive tackle.
People were scared of him.
Everybody's scared of him.
Everyone
He looked mean. He had a crazy beard.
Yeah.
In the commercial, obviously, this little boy comes up to him and offers him a Coke, and Mean Joe Green kind of like shrugs it off at first, and then he guzzles the Coke, and then he throws the kid his jersey, and the kid's like, "Thanks, Mean Joe."
Oh, that was nice.
You're like, "Oh, that was like," but that was good. Now, the next one. When this commercial came out,
I love it. It's so simple and it's so good.
It was in 1995, and it was a Budweiser commercial. Budweiser could be on this list. They could probably have.
Oh yeah, I have one of my favorites.
Yeah, they have so many good commercials. But this was the croaking frogs going Budweiser.
But
why? But that commercial was great back in the mid 90s, and it rolled into for a couple of years. It was a really popular commercial. Now, this might have been one of the most iconic commercials, and it was actually the commercial that did the most for its actual product, made the biggest impact of any commercial
because
to this
it's so freaky.
And at the time, it was very freaky. And it was 1984, and it had to deal with a little bit about George Orwell's book, 1984, and it was the Apple commercial.
It is fucking freaky.
And if you haven't seen it, you should probably maybe Google it and look at the 1984 Apple ad for Apple. And it was very different. It was very ahead of its time, and it made a huge impact because they were introducing the Macintosh computer. Now, the number 1 favorite word, and I'm going to tell you what, it's my favorite. And
I love it.
It is funny.
I like the long version.
The long version, and they had several versions of it, but it was Terry Tate, Office Linebacker, and it was a series actually that came out, and it was funny because you would think if any shoemaker made a good commercial, a Super Bowl ad, it would be Nike, but it was Reebok.
Yeah, that was really cool.
It was hilarious. It was one of the most memorable Super Bowl spots. It's this guy who's the linebacker. He's like the office manager.
He's enormous, and he's loud.
And he's loud. He's like a typical athlete, and he's smashing people, sticking them, crushing them, and he's basically keeping the office in check. Yeah. You know, you got to have covers on your fax machine. If you kill the coffee, you got to fill it back up.
If you don't recycle.
And it was
if you mess up, he's going to tackle you.
Or fuck you up.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
And,
that's funny.
That was it. But what were some of the other ones? That was our number 1 on the list that you think back at.
Well, my favorite is the Budweiser one where the ants are carrying the bottle of Budweiser to the anthill.
Right.
And it's just quiet, and they're going like this, and then it goes upside down, and then you hear the top come off.
Right.
And you see it emptying, and then all of a sudden the disco music comes on.
Oh, with Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Do a little dance. Make a little love. Get down tonight.
Get down tonight. Y'all don't want us to.
See, and you know what? That was not lip syncing.
That's
people.
right.
That
if you
was
want to see
real
lip syncing,
singing.
go back to that last week.
That's right.
Yeah, we got some voice. We got some
Which
pipes.
one's your all-time favorite?
There's a lot of ones I like. I remember the McDonald's Showdown. That's the one that was in like the early 90s with Michael Jordan and Larry Bird, and they were basically playing horse. And then it starts out this one makes a shot and the other one makes a shot, and then it ends up them like throwing balls down the city and way on the bleachers. It just ended up being this really crazy, outlandish commercial. I like that one. I also like I liked a lot of the Budweiser with the Clydesdales, with the horses. They had one of the horses actually playing football.
Yeah.
I like that one. And then last year, I liked the Dorito commercial with the dog.
And the cat.
Yes, that was so great.
Cute.
I really, really liked that. And you can expect some more of that this year with Doritos because they have a contest every year.
Doritos is awesome.
Yeah, they do a contest where they've got thousands of entries and they are able to choose from that. And the winner wins $1 million prize. So that should be pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah. Now,
guess what time it is?
You know what time it is? It is time
for
our movie quote.
Get ready, people.
Yeah, now, real quick, I want to congratulate Janice Chitwood. She was last week's winner, and she correctly identified.
You guys are good.
Yeah, you guys are good. And she identified Aaron Rule's quote in the movie Napoleon Dynamite that we had last week.
That is one of my favorite movies, in case you wanted to know. I love it.
Do you love it?
Yes.
I love it, too. It's a good movie. Now, I'm going to tell you what. There's another guy, a big fan of ours, Sammy Goomer. She was in the inbox, and he had to be a minute behind. And the next person must have been 15, 20 minutes behind, but they were like this and this.
Wow.
So, Sammy, nice try.
Congratulations.
You're close, but congratulations, Janice Chitwood. Now, it is time.
I hope it's a difficult one this week.
It is kind of a difficult one. I made it difficult because you guys were getting this shit way too quick, okay? Yeah. But I think most people will know what the quote's from, but it's going to be finding out who said the quote. Because you got to have the right name of the person, the actor or actress. Yeah. Now, this week's quote, if you're going to stay home today, you can help me shave my armpits.
Ooh.
And that's it. No more.
You're only saying it once
time
to make it more difficult. So I hope you guys paid attention.
Paid attention.
Well, guess what? I'm going to move on to the next subject then.
What's that?
Which is make a choice, bitch.
That's me. What's up? No, what do you got?
Yes, I got questions for you today.
Okay.
See, I have to have my notes, guys.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
I'll take a swig of my coffee. Go ahead.
All right,
I'm
Kevin, would you rather have all of your senses be half as good as they are now, or lose one of your senses altogether? And then everything else stays great.
Wow. That's a good one, man.
You know what? That's because I'm good.
Yeah. I think... You know what? I might say have all my senses and lose my smell. Because there's some funky shit that I don't need to smell the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Have my sight, have my ability to talk, have my ability to hear, but lose my ability to smell.
But then if there's an emergency, you wouldn't know. Like if there's gas or fire or what?
Yeah, I mean fire.
But you wouldn't smell people's farts. That would be good.
I wouldn't smell people's farts or their badass breath and shit.
That's right.
And another thing is that, but I will say this, smell is linked to memory. So
really?
it is the sense that's most linked to memory. So I don't know about that, but
that's a tough
I'd have to probably say I'd lose a sense.
Really?
Because everything
Smell?
you're half running in the walls. You're half.
Hey,
you can't even talk. You can't hear. What? Come again? What did you say? Damn, I hate talking to Kevin, that non-hearing bastard. I can't taste shit. What did you smell? Who farted? Everything's fucked up. So now you're fighting. So no one wants to hang out with you because everything's all fucking out of whack. You know what I'm saying?
You're all annoying and
you can't talk. You're like,
You're crazy.
Anyway, okay, next question.
Crazy, man.
You're crazy, man. Okay, so next question.
Right. Kevin, would you rather work while watching TV or listening to music, or when it's dead quiet? Like, what do you do better with?
Oh, man, it depends what I'm doing. If I'm doing something where I need to really be focused on, if I'm doing meaningless work that just has to be done, like it's repetitious and there's not a lot of thinking involved, then I want to listen to music.
Yeah.
But like if I have to focus on something, if it's something like a project, then it really depends on it. I would have to say.
Yeah, but you have to give one answer.
I'd say listen to music then.
Okay.
I'd have to work through the distraction of the music.
All right. This question number 3 is kind of fun. I love it. Kevin, would you rather be a heavy drunk or a light meth user?
Come on, man.
Yeah, you got to pick one, man.
I'd rather be a light meth user. Yeah. How can you be a light meth user?
I don't know.
You're all like, man, fucking yellow teeth and shit. You're all geeking out and shit. You're like, hey, I gotta give me something. Now, meth, or heavy drunk.
Yeah.
I'd probably I don't know how light's the meth. I mean, I ain't never done meth in my life, but it's
I haven't either.
I probably would have to say a light meth user because you know what? Yeah, because I mean, being a heavy drunk, man, that's
all
bad.
the time. You're like, bleh.
Yeah, I think
hey,
that.
Sky, what's up?
You know, I think like if I did the light meth, I'd be like, okay, today's my day to do meth, so I'm gonna put everything on my fucking schedule. I'll be running around. Hey, dude, what's going on? What are you doing, man?
Yeah, so light meth that might be like once a month.
Once a month, yes, I do light meth once a month, and I get like all my chores done that day.
The funny thing is, when you're doing meth, don't you get addicted? I don't know.
Well, see,
I don't think you can do it lightly.
Yeah, I know.
I think it's all or nothing.
Yeah, most
you're
meth
all
people.
Fucked up.
Yeah, so you know, but a heavy drunk, you ain't doing shit. You know, you're sitting around fucking burping, fucking Jimmy. Sorry, oh God, I gotta go. Good, I gotta get my liver checked. So I got spots. My teeth are yellow. My eyes are yellow. My fucking, you know.
All right, the last question is kind of a granola question.
A granola question?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Kevin, would you rather have the ability to end all hunger and disease or make everlasting world peace? End all hunger and disease or world peace?
Hunger and disease. I mean, I
people
feel like
are always going to fight.
People are going to fight. And I mean, and you know, you got to deal with that. But I just think when you look at how many lives are lost through war, in contrast to how many lives are lost through hunger and through all the diseases that are out there, it's not even a question. You'd have to probably go that route. So yeah, I would rather be able to eliminate the hunger and the disease. I mean, when you look at these children that just don't have anything, it's just like, oh, it's just brutal, you know? And I mean, and obviously you look at the ones that, you know, are victims of war, but it's just, the numbers just far outweigh, you know, so far as hunger and disease are concerned. My questions were fabulous this week, weren't they? They were fabulous, man. High five. I got to give it to you. And guys, everybody who writes in and adds to the show, we really appreciate it. Email me because the Badgering Badger had a really good. I know. Thanks for emailing me. That was really cool. And if anybody wants to email me more stuff, we're happy to talk about it as long as it's crazy. That's great. Now, if you guys are listening to us on iTunes on the podcast, please subscribe. Please tell everybody about us. We love you know, get our name out there as well. If you're watching us on YouTube, please push the subscribe button. If you get some time, run over to www.londonreal.tv and check out those guys out because they really got a good thing going on. And we are out here. See ya. God damn. Some sensitivity, man. That motherfucker ain't handicapped. Just straight bust me in my head with a goddamn suitcase. That sounds like an alarm. What is that? That's dangerous. Danger. You don't want to do that, okay? Danger. Right out the danger. He's like, hey. Danger, Will Robinson. Hey. Holy complications. Hey, Robin. So I'm giving out compliments, you know. Telemundo. But anyway,